In structural engineering, there is a concept known as a single point of failure. It is a localized bottleneck where if one specific part breaks, the entire system collapses. In the modern game, this perfectly describes the architecture of international football. Look at Argentina. Their tactical spacing, their ball progression, and their emotional rhythm are all calibrated around Lionel Messi acting as the central processing unit. Spain faces a similar dependency. They rely on the singular talent of Lamine Yamal to provide the creative spark their system needs to function. Norway's competitive hopes are similarly tethered to the health and presence of Erling Haaland. This creates a fragile framework. If that specific player needs to be rotated, loses form, or picks up an injury, the entire tactical structure begins to fail. This golden child syndrome is the fatal weakness shared by almost every top-tier national squad in the world today. We saw this play out in the recent Group I matchup between France and Norway. Forced to rotate their squad, the Norwegians looked disjointed and struggled to find any rhythm. France, by comparison, looked completely unbothered. They spent most of the match in first gear, controlling the pace without ever needing to push their limits. The result was a dominant 3-0 victory, highlighted by a clinical hat-trick. This raises a critical question. How does France shrug off the pressures of rotation and injuries while their rivals crumble? That victory suggests something deeper than a good run of form. It shows that France has designed a system that remains stable and effective, regardless of who is in the starting 11. France operates through a decentralized tactical network. It is a squad depth so profound that the coaching staff describes the selection process as a champagne problem. Ousmane Dembélé is a prime example of how this system maximizes talent. He has completely rebuilt his game since being substituted in the first half of the last World Cup final. Under Luis Enrique at PSG, he has transformed into a defensive workhorse, relentlessly tracking back into his own third to press and win back possession. During the Norway game, his offensive output was perfectly efficient. He took exactly 3 shots and scored exactly 3 goals. That performance earned him a statistically perfect 10 rating, a feat achieved by only a handful of players in this competition. He is carrying this momentum directly from winning back-to-back Champions League titles at the club level. Dembele represents the sheer density of talent in this squad. In the French system, a player with his elite profile is just one of several world-class options available to the manager. This depth allows for contrasting styles. While Dembele is clinical and efficient, Kylian Mbappé provides brute force dominance, consistently scoring over 40 goals a season for Real Madrid. By utilizing 2 vastly different superstars, France creates tactical redundancy. They are never locked into a single method of attack. If an opponent plays a deep defensive block, France can bring on Ryan Cherki to exploit tight spaces. If the game opens up, they have the pace of Mbappe to punish them. The French squad doesn't rely on raw talent alone. They have developed a specific tactical profile to counter every challenge an opponent might present. The knockout stages are a test of endurance, dictated by the word if. If a star gets injured, or if fatigue sets in, most teams have no answer. Consider the ultimate hypothetical. What happens to France if Kylian Mbappé suffers a tournament-ending injury tomorrow? For the rest of the world, the answer is daunting. France would still have the tactical variety and firepower to reach the final. Maintaining this level of collective strength across an entire 26-man roster is a rarity in the international game. France is the tournament favorite because they have built more than a collection of stars. They have engineered a squad that doesn't have a single point of failure.